Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Board with Each Other.
Ooh, that's
For those,
even special.
it's not Halloween, it's Christmas time. For the first time ever this year, we have decided to do a recap show. On this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about the year that we've had in review, and we are also going to be ranking the top 5 games that we've reviewed this year. So that's not all games of all time, etc. It's just of the games we reviewed this year. As we've come to the end of the year and we played them all, what are our personal top fives? We're also going to be calling out our biggest surprise of the year and our biggest disappointment. That's in board games. I'm not your biggest disappointment. That's not allowed. She'll
Easy.
ask, is this true? Um, we are also going to be giving you a little bit of a sneak peek of some of the games that we're going to be doing deep dives on next year. So stay tuned to the end of the episode if you want to hear about that. For those of you joining us for the first time, why are you starting here? Go back. Um, but if you do insist, we are a gaming podcast that concentrates on how board games play at 2 players. So that's not 2 player board games, but how board games play at 2. My name's Earl Simpson, and I'm joined as ever by my player 2, my co-host, and my lovely wife, Hannah Kelly.
Hi, guys.
So I thought we'd kick things off with how 2025 has gone in board gaming in general. I think it's fair to say that we've probably upped our board gaming this year. I think this has probably been the busiest board gaming year we've had.
Definitely. Saw us
Um,
go from monthly podcasts to
Bite size, the introduction of bite
introduction
size.
bite size, which
Yeah,
meant more playing, more
yeah,
testing.
more playing, more testing. And we also have a family member who's growing up, becoming more interested in board games, so we are playing a little bit more with them.
Yep.
But no, it's been a busy old year. The podcast has also grown. I'm just want to give a shout out to those of you that tune in every week. We do this for our own enjoyment more than anything else, and to know that there's people out there like you that are listening to us on a monthly basis, I'm really really grateful for that,
Yeah.
and thank you for joining
Slightly
us.
humbled as
Yeah,
well.
slightly humbled. So thank you for joining us. I really we see you. Thank you. So, how was 2025 for you, gaming wise? Did anything massively change in your taste? I think you finally got your head around area control this year.
I did, but we haven't reviewed that yet, so I can't talk about it.
Well, we have
We're
moved area
picking
control.
up
That's
next
good.
year,
Oh,
guys,
that's
how Hannah has finally mastered
good.
a great board gaming technique.
Area control. We went to UK Games Expo for the
We
first
did,
time.
and my husband treated me to a world-class hotel.
Yeah, no, don't go to the Birmingham Ibis. Anybody who's listening in the UK,
Oh no,
City Centre Ibis, don't do that.
don't do
It's
that. Don't do
unless
that to yourself.
unless you like prison. Um,
Spared no expense, guys. What a lucky wife I am.
yeah, no. What's the opposite of a shout out?
Aside from the hotel, it was really cool,
Yeah,
actually.
we had a great time. It was the first time we'd gone to a massive board gaming convention like that. And we had a great time. We played lots of games. We
Yeah,
bought lots of games because consumerism, yay. But,
yeah. Met lots of fellow nerds. It was
yeah,
great.
awesome. Yeah, met some of you lovely people. And
Picked up a lot of swag.
we did pick up a lot of swag, yeah, and some things that we really desperately wanted that soon became hard to find, which
Hmm.
we'll come to next year.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come to this year actually with Captain's Chair. Really hard to get hold of at the moment, but we are lucky enough to grab all the final copies.
I think it's the first time I've done anything like that as well. I've never gone
Yeah,
to a convention before
yeah,
or anything like that. So it was kind of really cool. And it was really lovely to see all the different publishers there and all the stuff that's coming and be able to play test stuff. And
yeah.
actually, what I really valued was being able to obviously play test stuff and then realise that actually probably it's not worth us sinking money into because it's not
Yeah,
going to be for us.
yeah, it was almost that thing of finding what was and what would work, what wouldn't, and it wasn't the case of everything we playtest we bought. I think it was almost the opposite. Like we
Yeah.
played quite a few games. Like, actually, this is probably not for us, which is great because it probably saved us a bit of money in that.
Yeah.
Participated in the bring and buy for the first time. Oh
Yes.
God, the queues, the queue.
Well, that was painful.
Yeah, that was very painful.
I think we spent the entirety of the first morning there in a
In
queue.
the queue for the bring and
Love
buy.
queuing. Fucking love queuing.
It's so British, but it was worth it for us. I think we
Yeah.
managed to shift quite a few games in the end for quite a while, so it is worth doing. But it's a bit painful. But the event in general was really well organised. I thought.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something I go to every year, but perhaps every 2 years I'll probably give it a visit
Hmm.
if I can. But yeah, I recommend it.
We've also started frequenting a board game cafe,
Yes, we have. Yeah,
which we've never done before, despite the fact obviously we're huge board
Mm,
gamers.
yeah.
But we found a nice little one not too far from us.
You gotta give them a shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Playopolis in Rochester. It's a
yeah,
great spot. Like
yeah,
really, really good. And we frequent it quite often now. At least once a month, we try
yeah.
and get down there.
And so if you do have any local board game cafes in your area, definitely give them a
Yeah,
visit,
support them.
try them.
Support them. It's a really great way of being able to try new things. They've got a great library there.
They've got a really impressive library, including BSG.
Yes, they've got some really hard to get hold of games there, which
Yes.
you're probably not going to be able to play unless you have mates that have them.
Yep.
So yeah, big shout out to them. But yeah, it's been a good year board gaming wise. Everything seems to have grown a bit, but I think we probably reached capacity in terms of content for the podcast. I don't think we're looking to do any more than we're doing at the moment. I think we'll probably carry on with this pattern of deep dive every month and bite sizes.
Hopefully a bite
Not
size.
every month, but most months we'll try and do a
Yeah.
bite size. Yeah, okay. So shall we move on to the list? Because everybody loves a list.
Love a
I
list.
love a list. Everybody loves an end of year list. So as I said, this is not our favourite games of all time. This is not even our favourite games of the year. We're going to rank the games that we've reviewed this year, and we're going to do a top five for each,
Yep.
in ascending order. And we'll talk a little bit about
Ascending order.
ascending. So we start with five and then go to one,
Okay, yep.
because that's a bit more exciting than saying the top one, and then the also rounds afterwards.
Ascending, you go. Oh, yeah, lower. Yeah,
Ascending.
yeah, yeah. Okay, all right.
Oh,
I might have mastered area of control. Clearly, numeracy still is going to improve.
all right, strap in, everybody. We're going to have a 10-minute conversation on the difference between ascending and descending lists. Enjoy. Um, would you like to start?
Okay,
Ladies first.
so are we each going to take a turn?
Yep. So you do your number five, I'll do my number five, and so on and so
All
forth.
right. So in my number five position, I have Sky Team.
Aha.
Yeah. So I think this is probably one of my top recommended games as well,
Mm,
Sky Team, because I think it works exceptionally well. It is only a two-player game, but I think one of the things that really makes this special for me is that it's almost better if you are a couple
mm,
and if you know each other really well.
yeah.
And there's something about that dance and that pattern that happens between you that I think is just really quite magic and quite special.
Mm,
And it makes it really stand out in a way that other co-op games don't.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's hit I agree. It's hit a space in the co-op sort of rule set that I've not quite seen before. And as we said in our review, it is like a dance, and I've never quite found another co-op that's like that to that level.
I also think one of the really cool things about Sky Team is again it hits this really sweet spot between not being too intense
Until it is.
until it is,
Yeah,
but it's quite short and quite snappy.
it is. Yeah,
And so
it's a
again,
20-minute experience, isn't it?
yeah, it is. And I think for us who tend to veer on the heavier side of things, it was really refreshing to have a
Yeah.
game that was short and sharp, that you could play lots of games in one evening,
Hmm.
but it still had that
That
thinkiness
yeah, it
to
was
it.
weighty on the brain,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, great. So I will move on to my number five then.
Drum roll.
Uh, Brass Birmingham.
Ah.
It was. I found number five much harder than the rest of my rankings. Obviously, it was what do I cut off and where do I cut off? Sky Team almost made it into my number five, but Brass Birmingham. I was desperately excited to play Brass Birmingham. You know, the board game geek top board game of all time.
Well, anymore it's not.
No, it still is.
Is
Still
it?
is. Yeah, Arknova's catching up on it, but it still is. And was I disappointed a tiny bit? I think my expectations were perhaps too high. I was expecting something that was going to completely change the game, and I don't think it's that, but it is a very, very good game. It is a wonderful cerebral puzzle when you're playing. I find it really satisfying, and I think it plays really well at two. I really enjoy the games that we play. I think it's obviously a better game with more players, which is what we talk about all the time. But it is something that I don't ever see myself getting rid of. I think there'll always be an itch that I want to scratch with it.
So I'm quite curious as to how we rated it under the two-player rating scale. I can't really remember what we said.
I think it was kind of middle of the road.
Was it?
It functions quite fine in two, but it desperately cries out for more people.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of those games that sings at 3 plus.
Yeah, but it's a damn good game, and yeah, I couldn't quite bear to. not have it in my top five of the year that we reviewed. It's very good. Is it as good as it's standing? No, I don't think so. I think there's other things that are much better than it. But of what we reviewed this year, it's my number five.
I pause because in my number four slot happens to be Brass Birmingham.
Off you go then. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd echo all of that really. I think it's quite strategic, it's quite complex. There's a lots of different paths and routes to winning. I
Mm.
think there's a lot of opportunity to shift, which I quite like.
Every
Um,
game's so different, isn't it?
yeah, very much so. And how I win, because I usually do win,
Usually do win, yes.
is very very different. And I definitely think that the reason why it's in top spot is because it's definitely better with more players. However, I also think there's something about finding four people to sit around a table who all have similar levels of experience with board games is also quite difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely a hobbyist game, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it's
not something I
definitely
crack out with
mm,
casual friends and go, hey, let's play Brass Birmingham. Or even people that like board games to a certain extent. Like we do have friends that like board games, but I think it might be a step too far for them. They'd just be
yeah.
like, what is this?
I also spent a long time in the Midlands,
You did,
so there
yes.
is
There's
also
a
a
little
bit
bit
of
of
an
affection
element of
there.
oh, it's Redditch. I've been there. I'm not going there now.
Did you wish you hadn't? No
Thank
shade,
God.
Midlands people, no shade.
But yeah, it's an absolute cracker of a game, and I would also agree with you. There's no way I'm ever getting rid of it.
No, no,
Um,
it's part of the collection permanently. I think I've not found something else that is similar enough and better at what it does that I want to
mhm,
move that on and keep that. So yeah. All right.
yeah.
Okay, my number four is Sea Salt and Paper.
Oh,
Tiny box, incredible game. I can never get enough of Sea Salt and Paper. It is Moorish. It is perfectly functional and enjoyable and playable at 2, 3, 4, 5. I've played it at all those player counts. It's
see, we do have friends, guys.
and again, it speaks to it's a game that you can introduce to pretty much any player group. Every game I've played plays a little bit differently. I think there's a lot of strategy involved in it. It's a lot deeper than you would originally think, I find. And we got the extra salt expansion, which I think does
Add some
genuinely
extra salt.
add to the game. Like it gives a bit more variety and a bit more strategic depth. It's just an absolute cracker. And I know we only did a bite size on it because it's such a small light game, but it weighs heavily this year. I have played it probably the most out of any game this year.
Well, funnily enough, in my number three slot,
Stop copying me.
I'm a bit for you.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Yeah, is also sea salt and paper. Uh, yeah, I think the artwork for me is particularly charming and is a huge part of the appeal.
yeah, I love
It's
the
absolutely stunning to look at, and it's just really enjoyable to have such an aesthetic experience when you're playing a board game or a game. Again, I also think there's something about it's just a deck of cards,
It is. Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And again, you've got no language barrier
No.
or language dependence there. So again, it would be really good to travel with and play with people of different nationalities or people for whom
The
language.
colourblind friendliness. I played with somebody who has trouble with colours for the
Huh.
first time a few weeks ago, and they were incredibly bowled over that they put so much thought into putting the shapes instead of the colours. Like they were
Ah.
really, really impressed with that. I don't suffer from it myself, but I remember when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's really thoughtful. But then actually playing with somebody who does struggle a little bit with colour differences, I was like, "Man, that's really good.
Yeah,
Really,
really
really
well
good.
thought out.
A lot of thinking behind that.
It's just a really well crafted game, and it's a definite must, I think, on any board gamer shelf.
Yeah, especially the price point. Like, why do you not own this? Own
Yeah.
Sea Salt and Paper. Like, go buy it now. Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
And I would go so far to say it is not my surprise of the year,
No,
but it really did knock me for six at how such a superficially simple game,
how good it
how
is.
it just keeps you
Yeah,
keeps drawing you back for more and more. It's an absolute quacker of a game, and I think everybody should own it.
yes, fully agreed.
Everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, my number three. My number three is The Witcher, the old world.
Hmm.
This game is just wonderful. Um, it has its problems, which we talked about in the review, but one of the major problems we had with it, we managed to house rule away quite effectively, and I'm enjoying it a lot more since we house ruled it. The whole not engaging with level 3 monsters, we made that a requirement. Um, it's just so thematic. It captures the world so well. It does all the geeky stuff that I wanted to. There's quests, and the battle system is blindingly good. The card battling combo thing is just so enjoyable to play through.
And I find really unique as well.
Yes, so far it's quite
I've
unique.
not seen anything like it.
I've
I'm
not
sure
had
there are
it
lots of
quite
people
like.
that will be able to prove me otherwise, but I've not come across anything like it.
And I get way too into poker dice compared to how important it is in the game. um,
Al with his dice rolls, the most unlucky fucker that I've ever met, and yet he is belligerently
Gonna play poker
going to play
dice.
poker dice and win maybe like three games,
Uh,
three dice rolls in the
in
entire
20 games,
yeah
yeah.
20 games that you played. Yeah.
But no, it's an absolute cracker. It really nails what it's out to do. Plays really well at two as well. So
Well, I
really
think
well complete.
arguably better at two.
Yeah, well, we never played it with more, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know it's a bit of a tragedy
Mm,
that, but I do think actually it probably leans more into a two-player game than I thought it
yeah.
would.
My biggest strategy with The Witch is I wanted several of the expansions and I slept on them and now I can't get them. I probably never will be able to, so please shed a tear for me. But no, that's my number three. Brilliant game. You're gonna say number two, The Witch, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Number two for me is Fast and the Furious.
Of course it is. I'm kind of sad and relieved that it's not your number one.
I did think about putting it as my number one, but I decided that
Vin
was.
Diesel nerd.
So there is nothing that I do not love about this game. It brought me so much childlike joy that I have not experienced
Since watching
since I
Fast and
met
Furious
you.
for the first
Um,
time.
no,
Ejecto Cito, cuz.
yeah, it's just I feel like it honoured the IP really well. It was a really fun game. It was also quite tough, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, I just fucking love it. And I think to be fair, when I reviewed it, I was saying, "Oh no, it is replayable. It is no, it's not replayable. Like, it's not."
I mean, you
I
got some mileage out of it.
I mean,
Mileage.
yeah, you're really funny.
Yeah, there's
I don't think it is replayable as I said that it was.
no.
I think that was maybe my not wanting to let it go and put it down. And it is kind of a shame because it still sits there on our shelf,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not entirely sure I'm
Calling
ever
it.
going to let.
Whee!
Yeah, I'm never going to let you get rid of it.
No, you're never let me
But
sell
I
that.
don't think I'm ever going to play it again, which is a bit of a shame. So it is a bit of a one and done. But I
I'm sure we
think
will.
for what it is, it's absolutely amazing.
I can't disagree. I will talk about it in a bit. This is my number. No, it's not my number one.
Well, go on.
Right, my number two, Unmatched. I adore the Unmatched system. I love everything about it. I think it is an incredibly deep tactical experience when you know what you're doing, and especially if you're playing somebody that knows what you're doing. I had the enormous privilege of being able to play in a tournament, a UK Games Expo, which I got my ass handed to me, but I thoroughly enjoyed.
Don't be surprised.
No, don't be surprised. But I had such a great time, and
Yeah.
I had some great opponents. Really enjoyed playing with them. It's just great. I love the variety and the IPs that they do. I just think every time they approach an IP, they approach it with so much care and love with what's on the cards. It just feels that they really understand these properties and want to do the best at them. I love the miniatures. I love the gameplay. Not much more else to say. I would never ever turn down a match of Unmatched. I love it. So,
What's on my top spot?
drum roll.
It is The Witcher.
That doesn't
I
surprise me.
didn't think it was going to surprise you. I mean, I will echo everything that you've said.
Yeah.
I do think it really lends itself to being a two-player game. I think one of the things that has since made it since the top spot for me is that I get lost playing it
You do. You have
because
so
I
much
just
fun
have
to get you playing a game.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have so much fun wandering off and doing side quests, doing this and that, that I kind of forget about the main object of the game. And I just have a wonderful experience. I don't care who wins or loses. I'm just enjoying the experience of playing it so much. A bit like I enjoy playing the video game or Skyrim or something like
Or
that.
Arkham.
Or Arkham.
Arkham Horror.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
It's a bit of that sort of feel, isn't it? Where it's just for the
You
joy of
sink into the
the
narrative.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I think when we reviewed this, and I disagreed, I think at the time,
Mm,
was you were a bit like, I feel like there is a lack of replayability around this. It's too
mm,
constrained. I really want some of the expansions.
mm.
And I think in hindsight, I would probably agree with you.
Yeah, it's a big regret because I think a couple of expansions on that would make it just an evergreen all-timer.
Yeah.
It just needs a couple more
It just needs a couple
dimensions,
of little more things
which
just
they
to add
they
it.
they bring. But hey,
Um, However, if I think about the game that I have enjoyed playing the most this
mm,
year, that would absolutely be it, without a shadow of a doubt. I
mm,
absolutely love it, and I always look it on the shelf, and I'm always like, "No, I'm gonna play something different."
yeah,
You
but
know, it's always
but
my
it still
go-to.
pulls you even
Yeah,
now after so many games. You
yeah.
still want to
In the same
crack
way
it
that
out.
June pulls you, I think
Yeah,
it's The Witcher for me.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it's a good note. I mean, it was my number three, so I agree with everything you've said. You love it more than I do, but it's not by much.
Also, I like to fantasize that I'm with Henry Cavill when I'm playing it. So
Oh, you
yeah.
like to fantasize you and Harry Carroll all the time, which is when you're playing. Well, we won't go into that. Anyway, my number one. I'm sure the person sitting across from me can guess. It is Star Trek Captain's Chair. It
Not Fast and the Furious.
No,
I am
it's not.
colourly surprised.
I have wanted a deep, complex Star Trek board game experience for a very long time. Since I got into this hobby, in fact, I've always been on the lookout for one. And this has finally delivered what I want. It contains all the treks, which makes me very, very happy. So, from a thematic basis, I love it. But looking at it from a purely sort of board game point of view, it is a monolithic, brain bending experience
Mhm.
and one that I am endlessly satisfied when playing. Does it run a little long? Yes, but I have such a blast during those two and a half, 3 hours.
Have you ever sat through a full Star Trek season? Also runs a little long.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No,
Mm.
I adore this game. I absolutely love it, and I'm looking forward to where it goes in the future.
Mm.
There may be a little bit of recency bias there, but we have been playing this for a lot longer than when our review came out, just for reference.
Yeah. I mean, it was very close to hitting my top five list.
Yeah,
I just don't think I have the same fundamental love for the IP. And
yeah, yeah, which makes a big difference.
yeah.
And it is a game that just keeps revealing more depth
Mm.
and more layers every single time we crack it out. So yeah, absolutely my game of the year, Star Trek Episode Show.
Oh.
What is your biggest surprise of the year?
So my biggest surprise of this year was The Fast and the Furious. Mainly because we walked into our local shop, saw it there, and I got all excited because, it's Fast and Furious and who doesn't love Vin Diesel? And I was like, please, can we buy this? And we bought it, knowing nothing about it. And it just became this cracking game.
That's really running up to me with like cute kawaii eyes, going, "Mm, yes, Hannah,
Yes,
yes, Hannah, we can buy the Fast and the Furious board game. This is
it's
probably
going to
going to
be
be utter
shit.
shit."
And it wasn't. And it was absolutely amazing and completely this hidden gem that I never knew existed and had so much fun with it.
Mhm.
And it will live in my memory forever as being this most amazing experience. So, yeah, that's my surprise game review.
Surprise of the year.
Yeah, of
Well,
this
I'm going
year.
to be well boring here. My surprise of the year is the Fast and the Furious. To be honest, I thought this was going to be utter shite. I thought it was going to be terrible. It looked like an IP cash grab. I was very wrong.
Yeah.
We had a blast with this. And as we said at the time, like it's so cheap you can get it anywhere. Go and give it a go. It's great fun. It really did. It really surprised me how good it was. But yeah, sorry to be boring and have the same one, but there you go.
Okay, so what was your biggest disappointment then?
That's an easy one, unfortunately. Spirit Island.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, I wanted.
My biggest disappointment about Spirit Island was you.
I know. There you
Yeah,
go.
no, I was going to say it
You
was
managed
you.
to shoehorn me being a disappointment into it. I knew you were going to. Um, I so desperately wanted to love this game. It had me written all over it, but it just did not click. I tried really hard and I just didn't like it. I
Mm,
didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy anything about it. And it was really disappointing because it was one of those things where a couple of things were different. I probably would have loved it and would have got a huge amount of joy out of it, but I couldn't. I
mm.
just did not like it. which is really disappointing.
Yeah. No, I can understand that.
How about yours?
So disappointing because I'm going to explain some of my reasons
Go
why
on.
before I say it. Because I think it has all the recipe of things that I would love.
Yeah.
However, I just find myself a bit bored with it and never reaching for it. And possibly some of that disappointment is because of how much you love it. It's unmatched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, it just doesn't do it for you.
It just doesn't do it for me. Now I've played several.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think it's all a bit samey. Even though I think you are right with the IP and stuff and how it treats it and like the way the cards play
Mhm.
are all quite different. It's still fundamentally a skirmish that doesn't have that level of depth or perhaps intrigue
That you want
that
from a
I
skirmish
want
game.
from a skirmish game.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think there's also a big element of I know that you would want to play it a lot more, and I'm always a bit like,
Yeah, I don't know very much.
I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
And so I think that also adds into it as
Yeah, fair
well.
enough. And you
Like,
will find games like that, a couple
yeah,
where
I
one
feel like
doesn't
I'm
and the one doesn't.
disappointing you in my play choices.
It's okay. You don't disappoint me. You are not my disappointment yet. No, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought you might find that quite
Mm,
interesting. Yeah.
okay.
Um, yeah,
Uh,
it's not
it
my
it is what it
top pick.
is. Yeah. Okay. So, a little bit about next year. We've got some heavy hitters coming your
Yeah,
way
we
next year.
have. The
Oh,
one that
this.
I'm most excited
Yeah.
about is Cthulhu Death May Die.
Call of Cthulhu Death May Die.
Yes,
Yes.
I mean,
That's a
as
biggie
a
coming next year.
Cthulhu fan,
Enthusiast.
enthusiast,
Enthusiast of the Elder Gods.
yes, anything Cthulhu related, I desperately want to get my hands on and give it a play.
Yeah.
And I think this is one we picked up from UK Games Expo. And I've been saying to you for years, I'm like, oh, why don't we own Cthulhu Death May Die? And you always say to me,
It's very expensive.
and then we found a copy with a damaged box.
Yeah.
And I was like, but is it really that expensive
I was
now?
like, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's a big one to come. Feast for Odin
Hmm.
is a biggie.
Quite a
Um,
classic as well, I
yeah,
think.
and Castles of Burgundy, which is a proper classic that should
Yeah.
be coming next year. So that's our probably our big classic ones.
Yeah. The
If
very ambitious
the
one.
very ambitious one, if we manage to find the time and a large table, which is on the cards,
Oh,
War of the Ring.
yes. I mean, that might have to wait until next year because,
No, I think we'll get War. I don't think I can go a year without getting that out, but
yeah, we'll have finished it.
it'll
And
be tail end of next year, I imagine.
yeah.
We've got a few smaller ones coming your way. Mass Effect, the board game, is going to be
Hmm.
coming your way. AS, which I know is a little bit of a mini classic for some people,
Hmm.
is going to be coming. And a great little one that you may not have heard of that we picked up at Games Expo, Mycelia. Wait for that review coming your way
Is
because
that well
no,
known?
it's not that well known. There's a lot of there's two games called Mycelia. This is the very strategic 2024 version.
For some reason, I thought it was really well known.
It's a little bit
Out
there's a little bit out there, so it's a bit niche. But that will be coming your way.
there.
And I'd also really like to get into Sleeping Gods, which is a bit of a minor classic, I think. So that's coming your way next year. So we look forward to seeing you there.
Mm.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the rest of it. Happy holidays.
And remember, board games are for life, not
Not just
just
for
for
Christmas.
Christmas.
Until next time, have fun, be good to each other, and play lots of board games.